And we're on our way, the end of marina life for us for the season. How do you feel about that, Candice?
I'm happy.
You're happy? I'm happy too. We're heading for Grado, so we're going to say goodbye to Aprilia Marittima. And we'll be back here. It's too cold in winter, and we will be heading down the Croatian coastline soon. So I didn't get you in the picture. Now I've got the most beautiful view over there. So it's an overcast day, cloud cover almost everywhere. I've got just under 500 watts on each motor, and we're doing 2.93 knots, 3.1. And I think we're still charging, even though there's cloud cover, I think we're still charging about 200 or 300 watts. So we'll get a full battery out there, and then we'll increase the speed a bit so we can get to Grado a bit faster. Trusty fan is keeping me cool. Very little wind. I've got 6 knots coming from front left of the boat, heading out into the ocean. Candice, what's the humidity today?
I would say it is almost 80%.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a gauge to back you up?
Yes. Yes. Once my hair goes past my shoulders, it's at 90%.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Pleasure.
So we are finally in open water. Sun is out. It took a lot of time to get through that 2-knot current today. Spring tides, the current was very strong, and it's quite a nice day. And we've got 850 watts on each motor because I still haven't charged the battery, but we're doing 4.3 knots, which is quite nice. Now it's just dropped down to 4.1. So we're moving along very nicely. There's not much wind. Okay, so we've got 6-7 knots. Potentially I could put a sail or two out, but because we've got such a short trip, I'm not going to do that. And we'll have a bit of a motor, and I'll test the sail another day. Candice is busy working. Dogs are busy sleeping. Sea's a bit bumpy. I'm not sure why, but nothing to worry about at all. Motors are purring along quite nicely at 850 watts each. And I'm saying goodbye to Lignano. Currently have 800 watts on each motor. We're doing 4 knots, and that's very nice water. There's a swell, but it's a gentle swell, so it's quite nice. And we should be in Grado at this speed in about just 2, maybe 2.5 hours or so, and going to enjoy the trip.
It's currently 12, and I can feel with the amount that my hair is this big that it's possibly gone down slightly in humidity. I believe it is 71%.
There's a sailboat coming up behind us. I can see they've got a sail out, at least one sail out. But given that there's 6 knots of wind, I'm assuming they're going to be motor sailing. But let's see when they get closer if we hear the diesel sound or not. People in the area always complain that you either have too little wind or too much wind for sailing. So they tend to buy boats that look like that. And diesel prices in Italy are very expensive. It's like nearly 180, 190 euros a litre. It's a huge amount of money. So it is quite nice to have an option not to spend all of that with my little electric boat. So yeah, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but I definitely hear the hum of the diesel engine as the boat is going past us. They do have the sails out. I guess it is motor sailing. There's a little bit of wind, still 6 knots or so. I'm still doing 4.1 knots. I think they might be doing a knot or so faster than me. It'd be interesting to see if I did get my sails out, if I could pick up any speed, but at the moment it would cast a huge shadow on my solo array, and that would cause me to have to lower power to maintain the battery. So in this case I think the fastest I can go is actually not to raise my sails. If the sun was at a different angle, it might have been a different story. This is the best seat in the house when you're sailing. You get a very good view, you get some breeze when the wind is blowing, and you can stay on watch quite nicely. You do have to stand up every couple of minutes just to make sure everything's clear. But when the autopilot is driving, this is where I like to be. Unless it's a very busy sea or sort of a lot of wind going on. This is very nice, it's very chill. I think we still only have 6 knots of wind, and just a couple of hours to go, so I'm going to relax a bit over here and see how the trip goes. Beautiful Sunday out. Candice is not the one on watch at the moment, so she's having a bit of a nap back of the boat. Lovely day out. We should be in Grado in about 45 minutes or so, maybe an hour. And, nice easy trip. And here we are, going into the channel towards Grado. And Candice is now being a very good watch person. She's sitting right on the front of the boat and she's enjoying the trip in. Coming into Grado, there's a sight you never want to see. Apparently there's a statistic which does say that most boats sink at the dock, and it's normally an issue with a leaky hose or something like that, and a bilge pump that can't keep up, or that does keep up and then the batteries run dry. It's just a pity nobody got to it in time. A few minutes ago we put the motors in the docking position, so you can see they both tilted toe in at about 25 degrees, and that means we've got all the maneuverability we need when we go into dock. And I've got just about 300 on each motor. With the tilt in we're doing 1.5 knots or so. I think there's a little bit of current as well, 1.6, but it is a good speed to be doing going into this place. Because it is such a narrow channel, and hopefully the GoPro on the front is going to record it for us, and hopefully we take an easy ride in. And here we are tying up to the dock. The motors in tilted mode mean I can turn on the spot. It's actually really good. We had a long line tied to the front cleat as well as the mid cleat to try and see if we could spring it off, and I thought we were doing very well. There was somebody on land who helped us grab the lines. The only challenge was we didn't have the fenders at the right height, so I quickly had to run and push the boat off the dock. And we've arrived. So we came down this nice narrow channel and we turned into the part where you can tie free, and there we are. We've tied up basically on the road. Put a lot of fenders out. We'll have to see. Hopefully this evening there won't be too much of a high tide. There's a spring high, and I know sometimes in spring highs the water can actually flow over the top, in which case we'll have to get out and move very quickly, but hopefully tonight will be fine. We'll keep an eye on things. I'll definitely stay awake until high tide to see how things are looking, but it's nice to be back in Grado. And as usual, first nights always mean bad weather, and we've got a thunderstorm which has just hit the first batch. We've got another batch coming in about 45 minutes. This speedboat came charging into park over there, sorry, sailing out. And there's a speedboat over there that's just arrived, and they're frantically trying to get their cover down, or cover up. So it is raining quite heavily, but it's going to get much, much heavier. I've put a couple of backup lines on the side, and I've put my biggest fenders on the wall, so hopefully no matter which way the wind blows we should be okay. At the moment still very much calm before the red part of the storm hits us. Canopy's up as well, new canopy. Looks very pretty. There you go. Matches the new sailbag. And we put much bigger windows in, so it doesn't really feel like you're in a canopy. It just feels like you're in a greenhouse, which might actually be very nice for sunny winter's days. Passing the time while we wait for the rain to pass, and we're watching my favourite sailing channel, Hello to the Winds.
It's just a world of highs and
So like I said in the last video, Grado is a ridiculously beautiful place. If you haven't been, definitely go and check it out. This here is the restaurant street in front of us, but it's got a lovely little old town with lots of little winding roads as well. And fortunately, I went back with my drone.